Well, what you get when you combine one of the biggest sex comedies of the late 90s going to the early 2000s with a little bit of a big, I don't know, wedding? Well, you got American Wedding. Here's my review of the third installment of the American Pie franchise. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. So, this time around, I'm going to bring to you another American Pie review. If you've not seen my reviews for the first two movies, I advise you to click on that card. There we go. That'll take you to the playlist where you can catch what you might have missed or see them again, my review of the first two movies. Anyway, this was also known as American Pie 3 The Wang or American Pie The Wang in some countries. And of course, this is the third and originally intended to be final installment of the American Pie theatrical series. Released by Universal and directed by M. Hers, the film was directed by Jesse Dillon, who I actually found out is actually son to legendary singer Bob Dylan. Anyway, it's also stands as the last film in the series to be written by Hers, who conceptualized the franchise, and also the only film in the series to not have all the members. The only ones that appear in this are Jason Biggs, Allison Hannigan, Sean William Scott, Eugene Levy, A.K. Thomas, and Thomas Ian Nicholas. Well, this time around, well, I'll get to it. Chris Klein, Chris Owen, Mia Savari, Tara Reid, Shannon Elizabeth, and Natasha Lyonne are the only ones that don't appear. Anyway, the main plot of this focuses on the wedding ceremony of Jim and Michelle, and a subplot centers on Steve Stifler himself and his outrageous antics, including his attempt to organize a bachelor party, teaching Jim to dance for the wedding, and competing with Finch to win the heart of Michelle's sister. So, if you're ready, let's get into our story. Jim Levinstein prepares to propose to Michelle Flaherty, yep, that's her last name, at a restaurant when his dad calls to tell him he has the ring. She misinterprets when Jim stalls the question, and his dad arrives as he is receiving fellatio. I don't know how to pronounce that. I apologize for mispronouncing it, from under the table. The mishap grasps everyone's attention, but Jim proposes and Michelle accepts. Jim wishes to exclude Steve Stifler from the wedding, who becomes upset when he finds out. So he agrees to teach Jim how to dance if he is allowed at the wedding. Jim asks him to mask his obnoxious personality in exchange for planning the bachelor party. So the two, along with their two colleagues, Paul Finch and Kevin Myers, travel to Chicago to find the designer who makes the dress Michelle wants. Well, Stifler inadvertently walks into a gay bar, and his initially raucous behavior gets several patrons annoyed. Battling Bear in a dance-off, Stifler is offered strippers by him for the bachelor party. Dress designer Leslie reveals himself and agrees to make the dress for Michelle. Michelle's younger sister, Cadence, flies in for the wedding. Both Finch and Stifler are attracted to her and trying to win her over. They each act differently. Stifler arranges the bachelor party, but does not tell Jim, who unknowingly invited Michelle's parents to dinner in his home. With assistance from Bear, who poses as a butler, Jim nearly succeeds in keeping the bachelor party a secret, until Michelle's mother opens a closet to find Kevin inside, blindfolded, stripped to his boxers, and tied to a chair. They explain that it was the attempt to make Jim seem like a hero, and Michelle's parents tell him if he puts that much effort into the upcoming marriage, they can give their blessing. Yeah, that bachelor's party scene was absolutely hysterical. Now, of course, I have seen both theatrical and unrated cuts of the film. I think it's much more whoa in the unrated one. But anywho, soon, Michelle is concerned that Jim's Paternal grandmother disapproves of the wedding as she is not Jewish. On the night before the wedding, Stifler inadvertently turns off the walk-in refrigerator while getting a bottle of champagne to seduce Cadence, which kills the flowers. Stifler finally reveals his true rude, obnoxious personality. Angry with this, Jim asks him to leave, and all the others, including Cadence, who has heard him talking about doing her, support Jim's decision. Yep, things look bad. Okay, now for the ending. You know the procedure like always. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie already, continue on. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Feeling guilty for his thoughtless behavior, Stifler convinces the florist to put together a new batch of flowers, and he enlists the help of his football players and Bear. As a gesture of remorse, he also gives a rose to Cadence. Moved by his actions, Cadence agrees to have a little sex with him in a supply closet before the ceremony, but Stifler's presence is delayed by a brief meeting Jim calls among his groomsmen, saying how he is grateful to have friends like him. Quickly returning to the hotel, Stifler hears someone in the supply closet, steps inside, unaware that Keynes was interrupted by wedding preparations and that Jim's disgruntled grandmother was shoved inside by the ushers. The MILF guys from high school, yep. Stifler only realizes this upon walking by Finch and Kevin. She becomes pleasant, particularly towards Stifler, making Michelle and Jim's dad happy. Despite the chaotic events leading up to it, Michelle and Jim get married, and at the reception, the couple dances while Stifler dances with kids. Finn sits by himself when Stifler's mom arrives. Although agreeing they are over each other, Stifler's mom mentions having a hotel suite and invites Finch to join her. Excuse me. The film ends with the MILF guys, which of course those guys are Justin and John, spying on Stifler's mom and Finch having a little sex in the hot tub. Yeah. End of story. So what did I think of American Wing? Well, I've only seen a few times, lesser than the other two movies. I'm gonna say I had a fun time watching this. This movie's absolutely hysterical. I don't factually would consider it to be the best of franchise, but it's a mixed bag in what have you. With a pretty good cast, which includes Jason Biggs as Jim, Sean Williams as Stifler, Allison Hannigan as Michelle, A.K. Thomas as Finch, Thomas Ian Nicholas as Kevin, and Eugene Levy as Jim's dad. Molly Cheek returns as well as Jim's mom. Okay, and we have January Jones, the film in the film as Cadence. Of course, this would get her introduced to the world. I know she also appeared in the Adam Sandler movie Anger Management as well. She, of course, would later go on to play Emma Frost in X-Men First Class years later. Also in the cast, we have Fred Willard and Deborah Rush playing Michelle's parents. So anyway, let's see. Also, we have as our as the stripper girls, we have Amanda Swiston and former Playboy playmate and Price is Right model. Well, actually, former Barker's Beauty, Nikki Schuyler Ziering, who of course was married. Well, and I'm not sure she still is. Who was married to a certain Ian Ziering, of Beverly Hills 90210 fame. Yeah. So anyway, that was really cool. And Jennifer Coolidge returns as Stifler's mom, unlike the last movie, but this time she's credited. So anyway, they were all pretty good. Some of it was a little weird in ways, but overall, it had a lot of fun moments and what have you. Christoph Beck, who has done lots of pretty good soundtracks, he does the score for this. It was pretty good. I have to give Jesse Dillon credit for doing this, as the soundtrack included a song done by his brother Jacob and his band, the Wallflowers, who covered the Van Morrison tune "Into the Mystic." The soundtrack will also include songs from the Foo Fighters and Good Charlotte, Sum 41, the All American Rejects, American Hi-Fi, heck, even Avril Lavigne. So anyway, the film got mixed reviews and stuff, but it still went on to be a big success as it went on to make 232 million worldwide. So anyway, with that said and all, with a mixed bag of a story and what have you, but still fun ways, a good cast and a good soundtrack, a good score. Would I recommend American Wing? I would probably say hell yeah, but also if you're but also, I'd say give it a one-time watch if you're a completionist. And if you like this, then keep on watching. If not, then don't bother with this again. But I think it would be best if you give it a watch. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. What are your thoughts on American Wing? You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of what would be a comeback movie after this, that being American Reunion. Thank you for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other Ron-Field movies and what have you. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of another Sean William Scott flick, that being Road Trip, which came out just before American Pie 2 came out. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you can see my recent spoiler-free review for The Suicide Squad, or go to the bottom left-hand corner for my more recent spoiler-free review of The Kissing Booth 3. And the bottom right-hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.